Hey, what's up, everyone? I've got a response from this in the last video. Uh, I'm gonna respond to it, but you're gonna see the video kind of chop up, so I'm gonna do this in segments on my side, but you'll see it all in one. So, yeah. The first portion is, well, like you said, just moot. So I don't understand why he was added that in there, but I'm not downing you. I don't understand why you put it in there. And for a central planning, just to get people to not work or not work as hard while working, um, we're getting paid to do that, and we're 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 trying to work hard while hardly working. I've had several factory jobs, a couple just meaningless to do jobs. None of them were really lovely. I just didn't give a shit. I knew I needed a paycheck, and that was the paycheck. So I don't understand how you really think that centralized planning is going to do the same thing. It's not. I can guarantee one thing: there's going to be a lot of people not physically working and busting their ass because they got other things that really occupy their time, like music or art or designing something or actually farming. You could go do whatever you want because you're not restricted. You can actually learn whatever the hell you would like. If you want to farm, go farm. I'm not going to stop you. Go for it. Have fun. Uh, you know, do your thing. But to really conceive that the the centralized planning is going to get people not to work or not to work as hard, it's kind of a, are they forced to do it or do they enjoy what they're doing? I play with computers all the time. I enjoy it. I don't want to get paid for it. I fix computers for free because I don't want to look at it as a job. Okay, yeah, I'm with you on the bureaucracy part. Yeah, a lot of red frickin' tape. Uh, I have a thing about that. Okay, let's say that back in the 1800s, okay, you can actually go to a place, work for an hour, and get a little bit of money so you can eat. Now you can't do that. Okay, there's no way to actually obtain a job that through those means, unless if you're a prostitute. That's the only thing that comes to my mind at the moment. Um, but Act 2 coming soon. Okay, the second portion of it is the reason the provi- provisions of, provisions of goods uh, and services cannot be efficiently centrally planned is because value is subjective. It is already centrally planned. You're just not thinking big scale. Okay, you heard of the stock market, right? That's centralized, my friend. Um, uh, Let me just keep going. I'm going to ramble. Uh, TZM and TVP are for a centralized planning system, yes, but with no monetary growth needed for what they do. For what they do, they will value. Okay, what you do in a non-growth economy, well, non-monetary growth economy, is, well, you value what you do. You enjoy skydiving, you're skydiving. Okay, there's several different ways you can play a part in that. You can test new parts, products, and stuff. Or parachutes if you like parachuting, parasailing, whatever, you know. There's two sides to this, okay? There's the actual people who would design the stuff, and then the people that would like to play with it. Okay, so it actually works out if you completely get rid of money and just let people have fun, explore, and actually experiment and do things. You know? But that's my thoughts. You apparently have others. But thanks for the actual response. This helps me understand how to talk to you guys. This is why each and every voluntary transaction represents real economic growth, because neither party would take part if they didn't think what they were getting is better than what they were given. Okay. Well, I gladly give my services for free if I didn't need money. If I didn't need to worry about it, hey, I'm here. What the hell else am I going to do? Sit on my ass, eat Cheetos, and watch the boob tube? Because that gets boring after a while. I've tried just to do that. It's not possible. Okay, and I'm pretty fucking lazy. Pardon my French, but I am. You need money for everything. You can't own land and grow your food on it, can you? You know, you pay taxes for the land that you own. So, even if you grow your own food or mooch off of others, you're still using money one way or another in this system. So this system is not voluntary at all. You need money regardless. No matter what you do, you need money. You do. You have to have money to function, to actually survive. You need money. There is no voluntary basis. Unless if you're for killing yourself, then I guess it is voluntary. But I prefer to eat, so I have to use money. Okay, I have to use it. I don't have a choice. So, voluntary, not so much. But to take 3. Hope you guys stay tuned. Okay, well, round 3. You know what. When you let people exchange goods for services on a value basis. Okay, when you do that, like I said before, money is not a voluntary basis. You want to eat, so, well, you work. If you have kids, well, unless you don't give a care about them, you'll work. So, voluntary, I don't think so. Okay, yeah, not so much. Now, if you could vote, if I could actually say that it was completely voluntary, why would they actually teach it in school? You know, think about that, you know, if it's voluntary. Money is not a piece of paper that the government issues to value. So then, who gives it value? I know, we do. But you give faith to get that done. And you use your faith to give it value. I could take a piece of a freaking dollar and tear it. I don't care, it's paper to me. I could tear $100 bill if there was $1,000 bill to tear it.
tear it in 1,000 pieces because I know it's paper. Okay, so it's only paper. That's it. It's just paper. You have to give it value. You have to say it's not paper. It actually does something. Okay. If I could convince someone that monopoly money could be used as the same equivalent, okay? If you can actually convince someone, and I've actually seen people do this. I've seen people actually buy hamburgers and shit from like McDonald's with monopoly money because they got the people to believe it's real. It actually has value. Okay? I've seen people do this. So it is an illusion. It's just nothing but a big illusion. Okay? You could buy something with that monopoly money if you got the people to actually believe it's useful. You can actually buy something with it. Okay? So it is an illusion, like I said. You put more value into a piece of paper than you do in everything else, you know? You have more faith that that piece of paper can get you something than you can go to heaven. Or something to that effect. Okay? Because it is tangible right now. Money is tangible to you. Okay? The reason the Venus Project is doomed to fail is the exact same reason communism is doomed to fail. Rome! Communism is still fine and thriving in China, okay? It is thriving. They actually think we're full of shit over there. Okay? So... And if you mean the USSR, yeah, it was kind of doomed to failure because they were opposed to America. That's why. Okay? You do not have a superpower challenge you and then you do not retaliate. Okay? That's just like a bully in school versus another bully in school. They both want more power than the other one, so they're going to beat the shit out of each other until one or the other wins. Or till one dies. But that's relative to the people. Well, there's a way to make... Well, there's always many ways... May I ask you... How do you not think that this system is doomed to fail? How do you not see that this is doomed to fail? We're using 1.5 times our planet right now in resources alone. Okay, you can throw recycling as much as you want, but the real reality about it is, until we're actually forced to recycle, I don't think we're going to do it. Okay? Truly. Okay? Well, that's the third one, so number 4. Sorry for the strangeness in the video, but we must keep going. War is not viable on a free market because it's not profitable. Yeah, I understand that, but that's if there is one central, quote, government of sorts, or if you completely get rid of government, then it's going to be not government versus government, it's going to be corporation versus corporation. And you're not going to have states, per se, you're going to have corporate land, and then you pay your taxes to them, or something like that. It varies upon what actually happens and how it functions, and that's just out there shit, so I'm just going to keep going. The only reason someone can take an army into war is because the costs can be pulled out of taxes. True. This is true, but also if you have a big lump of money just sitting around and you want something and a big power of sorts has what you want and they do not want to sell it to you, then war is not a viable option because you've exhausted all other options. Well, there's another option between barter and war. Assassination. But then it kind of gets messy. Well, it would get messy then because then you're dealing with a big corporate entity. And it's harder to kill a corporate entity than a president because there's a lot more individuals. And it's easier to shoot one than shoot them all at once. But I'm way off topic. What you oppose is voluntary human interaction. I don't understand how I'm opposed to that or how you got that. I'm opposed to what you perceive as voluntary monetary exchange. But voluntary human interaction, the only thing that comes to mind with that is I have a choice to go outside. Honestly, that's the only thing that comes to mind with that. And I'm against that. I don't understand how. But that's what comes to mind. I'm not downing you. Interesting way to say it. Whatever you were trying to explain to me. But moving on. The only reason a volunteer exchange of goods and services can or will ever take place is because both parties to the transaction value want what they are getting more than what they are given. Not true. I got one for you. Do you have to buy gas to be able to go to work? Okay, and if you take transportation, you don't pay the money, they do. So one way or another, you're not wanting to pay for gasoline is not going to stop them from doing anything about it. The same thing with anything that's actually addictive, like cigarettes. You can hike the price of cigarettes, and they're going to deal with it. Truthfully, my mom and brothers are smokers. They were pissed when the cigarettes went up. But guess what? All they did was bitch. They still bought. So, voluntary, not really. Because if you have to have it, or if you perceive you have to have it, you're going to buy it anyway. Like, I perceive I have to have the internet. I don't like what I'm paying for the internet, but I have to pay it anyway. Why? There's no competition. Okay, if there's true competition, I have Verizon internet access. Okay, where's the DSL competition in my area? There is not. AT&T, I think AOL does it. I think US Bell does it, but I'm not sure. But do I have any other choices than Verizon? Or I say Comcast. Yeah, but with Comcast, I only have to pay Comcast, but I do not have. They do not have actual competition. Okay, real competition is like a football player versus a football player, not a football player versus a baseball player. That's not real competition. If you think competition actually drives prices, it doesn't. Okay, you don't have a choice with that. And this video is probably all freaking out too. So I'm going to let you guys go. Peace, and keep coming with things up there. But I'll add another part to this. So part 5 coming. Yeah, that video is freaking out too. So I think I have to probably update my drivers. But that's beside the point. what I want to know from you guys is more, what's my benefits to being for the free market? What are my benefits? I want to know this. I'm not personally caring what your benefits are. I want to know mine. Okay? Because for me, the only way it would work is to be completely and utterly self-centered, for it to truly function properly. This is what I believe. If it just falls, whatever. You don't have to yell at me for it. These are just my beliefs. Okay? But how is it going to benefit me? How am I going to... What are my benefits? Because with the Venus Project, the benefit is I can actually get what I need without BSing or beating around the bush. I can get what I need to do what I have to do. I can, if I want an electric car, I can have an electric car. If I want a gasoline car, I can have a gasoline car. In this system, I don't have a choice. In the free market, I don't know. I really don't have a clue if I would have a choice. But I don't have a choice in electric car manufacturers. There's no choice in that. Because then would you really pay all these gas prices if you can have a electric car that can go 300-400 miles for charge? Would you truly? Okay, and the charge is what? You pay as much as you pay for 2 gallons of gas to charge it completely. So the last video was, I think what I was trying to get across, which apparently I've miserably failed at, is how would it benefit me? How would it benefit you? But for me, more so, it's how would it benefit everyone? Okay? Because I understand how the market works, and the only one way that I see that it's really going to work anymore is by what all the rich people are trying to do. And the UN's trying to do it too. Depopulation. I'm not the conspiracy theory thing that's actually on the UN's website. I don't know what the thing is, but I'll throw it up around here somewhere. But really, I don't see any benefits. I don't. I see a lot of chaos and not a lot of good. I don't. If you want to really enlighten me, don't try to tell me how my system is doomed to fail. Tell me how your system isn't. Because if my system is doomed to fail, cool. You can have that. I'll let you have that. But I want to know how your system is not doomed to fail. I want to know how it would function and keep functioning for, well, the eternity, aka the sun dying. That'd be about the only time we would be kind of fucked. But that's kind of way down the road. Ooh, and I have another question. I'll just add it to the back of this one, because, yeah. Part 6. Part 6, call me a movie buff. Okay, Deep Impact, that meteorite comes and tries to hit Earth. Okay, I want to know if anyone out there could actually explain this to me. Okay, I would want to know how much money would it be to actually stop a meteorite from hitting Earth, because apparently you can't really bribe it. It doesn't work that way. Would it be, 1, economically viable to do it, or 2, economically defeating? That's the first part. Well, really the second part. Yeah, that's really the the other thing that kind of, it's just an interesting question. I'm not asking for an actual answer. If you do, sweet. If not, just something to throw out. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching and putting up with my camera's BS. Stay tuned. Hopefully I can come up with some more stuff.